All right, I've been shooting a brief series on democracy, talking about how our systems work. Today we're going to look at how do we be responsible of people and not get hooked in. In shooting these videos, one of the things I'm challenged with all the time is I don't want to attack leadership. I don't want to attack people, but I want us to think and I want us to understand so that we can vote clear, so that we can make our decisions about who we want us to lead us in our country. Here's an example of one of the things I struggle with. Certain political parties have access to finances, and in those finances, they hire media companies and branding companies to twist messages. Inflation in Canada is what it is because of the fiscal spending and the irresponsibility that's gone on within our government. Now, we can debate that whether inflation follows fiscal responsibility or not in spending. Most people would agree that inflation happens when we put too much money into the system. That's pretty much a fact. So without pointing fingers at government and this and that, the reality is we are where we are because of the current way of operating of our current government. Don't want to poke at it, but at the same time want us to take measurements because measurements are so important to create change. If we don't think and we don't evaluate, media will flip things. They'll say we had to do the spending. They'll say Canada's in the best place in the G7. There'll be all kinds of flipping of the messages. So we don't recognize the actions that our government takes produces the results we have. And it is our responsibility as people to actually filter through all of the media and the propaganda and actually determine what we think is best. And then at a minimum level, we vote for our leadership. At a greater level, we hold them to some place of accountability for what they're doing. That's why we elect people, but we also have people have to care in that, and our voice needs to be heard. Because if we say there's nothing we can do or it doesn't matter, we're just going to be blown along by whatever blows. So I'm being very careful, and please understand I am trying not to point finger at government, but I want us to think, and one of the way we think is to create clear measurements. So the question is, do you think that inflation has happened in this country, and has our current government contributed to it? Or has that just happened to every country in the world? And the decisions we make from that determines where we will put our vote and who we do choose to lead us. So thanks for joining me. Wish you a great day.